Run a ball in an ODI gives you a pretty decent number, 300, decent in the year 2026. We're watching Cricbuzz live with Hall of Famer Sthalekar and our debutant Ajinkya Rahane in the house as well. 3 half-centurions, Daryl Mitchell, perhaps the most important of the lot, Henry Nicholls and Devon Conway up top with that 100 partnership, laid that foundation. India struck back in the middle overs, but then New Zealand finishing with a flourish, scoring 120 in the last 15. And there they are, then they've given India a target of 301 to chase in this first ODI in Baroda. Opening comments from Sthalekar. Lisa, 300, have New Zealand achieved more than most people thought?
Probably, given that they're thinking that it's New Zealand, not B-side, maybe C-side, given the amount of injuries and players not available. But it just shows you that New Zealanders tend to fight. They have actually produced a lot of decent cricketers, and we're starting to see some names that we're not used to still be able to perform on the international stage.
Right. You can score 300 when you lay a certain foundation, and you will see that in the innings progression as well. They laid that foundation, didn't really go for the big runs up top, but it really helped.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did really help. I mean, their opening start was really good, 76 for no loss. But I thought, the way Indian team came back, especially Harshit, Rana picking that wicket up, and then Kuldeep bowling also, crucial overs in the middle overs was amazing. Indian team, I thought, came back really well. But I thought 300 is a very good total, seeing at the New Zealand team, a very inexperienced team. So yes, it's a very good total, but I'm sure Indian team will chase it down easily. Daryl Mitchell, got out in the 48th over, but very crucial cameo there from Christian Clark as well, 24 of 17. Clearly, New Zealand like to bat deep, and this is a stronger suit as compared to the bowling, isn't it?
Yeah. Because we've got guys that are really untested from a bowling point of view. So we saw the top order seem to fire. Again, Devon Conway, Henry Nicholls didn't really go on. They got set. We spoke about Devon Conway, that he'd be disappointed that he hadn't turned his 2 half-centuries into a century. And again, he's now got a 3rd half-century again, opening the door. Should have closed it really from a New Zealand perspective. But when they lost those 3 wickets in the middle, it was like, oh, okay, is this where New Zealand fold? But then a Daryl Mitchell comes in and he knows how to play in India. He knows the bowling attack well. He was able to manipulate and then go hard. We saw how expansive his game is.
If only one of the 3 half-centurions had gone on to hit 100, who knows, they might have had 320, 330 on the board.
Exactly. See, you need your batters who are set actually. You need them to get onto a big score. Openers, they got 50s, but unfortunately couldn't capitalize on their start. But I'd like to talk about Daryl Mitchell. The way he came in, that right intent from the first ball, reverse sweep. He looked really confident. He looked really busy. In ODI cricket, rotation of strike is really important. So I feel you need at least guys who are set, who's batting till the 40th or 45th over. They can actually take the total on a big total, but credit to Daryl Mitchell as well. He showed the right intent, right approach, and also used his feet, used the sweep and reverse sweep to our spinners. So it was really good to see him back.
He can hit that long ball really well. 5 4s and 3 6s. Those big muscles come into play.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, he has the ability. He has the ability to step down and hit straight, as I was talking earlier. Against fast bowlers, he's really good. He can access the areas both ways. No lap shot, no strike of rotation of strike, as I said. But again, the batting against spinners, against Kuldeep, Jadeja and Washington was amazing.
Tough to bowl against a batter who has all those options at his disposal, isn't it?
It is, especially when they've understood the pitch conditions, the pace of the pitch, realising, well, there's not a lot of movement, there's not a lot of spin. I can plant my foot and my hands can find the ball easily. That's when it becomes dangerous. And then it's like, you try and limit where he's trying to hit. So you try and shut down at one side or 1/4 of the ground to be able to at least defend. But those type of guys, when they're in, very difficult to stop.
What's a good pitch is a question that's been talked about for years now on cricket shows. Let's ask a batter's perspective. Was this a good pitch for one-day cricket? Was there enough for the bowlers? Was it not coming on as well as it should have at the start?
I think it's a very good pitch. It was enough for the bowlers, spinners and fast bowlers. As I said, wicket looked slightly damp when they started. Fast bowlers bowled slow balls really well. Spinners actually bowled in good areas. You saw a little bit of purchase for the spinners as well. But when Siraj and Harshit Rana started bowling slow balls, that's when they looked slightly more challenging. But I wanted to talk about Mitchell. No, he was playing slightly late. He was not committing himself earlier. That's why he could actually play those with the soft hands and take those singles and then capitalize on the loose balls.
Interesting. That's an insight from Ajinkya Rahane, who's played a fair bit with Daryl Mitchell as well. Now, if you look at the Indian bowling card, you say India concedes 300 and Siraj bowls only 8. Does that surprise you at all, Lisa? Because they gave Prasidh Krishna the extra over, which ended up being expensive. Harshit Rana, yes, picked up 2 wickets, gave away 65. How would you look at this bowling card?
Well, it's comeback game for Siraj as well. And I think you've got to look at this ODI at a bigger perspective of, okay, well, what's coming up for the Indian side? Who do we want to try in these ODIs? Who do we want to give the overs in different phases as well? Is this person good enough in the middle? Is this person good at bowling death? This is where you try to put them under pressure, because training, you cannot replicate live match situations, and then see how they cope. So I wouldn't be surprised throughout these ODIs that they chop and change a fair bit their bowling options and where they potentially may bowl.
No, Arshdeep, Prasidh getting a game is perhaps in that same direction as well, right? You want to try your other options, because once Bumrah comes back, unlikely that Prasidh will get a game.
I mean, I was frankly surprised to see Prasidh. I thought, no, Arshdeep will play. But again, it's a team management's call. They are giving Prasidh an opportunity to go out there and bowl with freedom, express himself. As you were mentioning about Siraj not bowling 10 overs, ideally you have top 2 bowlers or top 3 bowlers should be bowling those 10 overs. But again, depending on the situations and the conditions, sometimes miscalculation can happen from captain's point of view. It's a tough thing when you have 6 good bowlers with you home to bowl. But no, I'm glad that he gave an extra over to Prasidh Krishna. That shows that captain is trusting him, that he can actually bowl those overs, bowl tough overs for the team. If he does well, India will have another option to looking at him at the World Cup as well. It's still a long way to go, but at least if he does well, India will get an option.
Right. The bowling card will also tell you that India bowled 23 overs of spin and they gave away 135, just the 1 wicket to Kuldeep Yadav, that of Glenn Phillips. Not enough help for the spinners on this pitch, or was it just New Zealand making fewer mistakes against them?
I don't think the pitch didn't really assist the spinners. And obviously batters were kind of set as well. I think only Jadeja came in when a new batter came in and was able to bowl a couple of overs. Then he was dragged off and then the fast bowlers went again. It seemed like more of a pitch where pace bowlers, little bit of seam movement was more effective than the spin. So we may see a similar combination of bowlers for New Zealand, how they go about trying to get India out.
Right. Let's get Harshit Rana's report card from you, Ajinkya. Very typical of Harshit Rana to be expensive and yet he picks up wickets.
That's absolutely a typical Harshit Rana. As we were talking in that room, that he'll go for runs, but he'll get you those wickets. You need these kind of bowlers in your team who captain can trust at any time. Give him the ball and he'll get you those wickets. That's what exactly happened after 20th over. Came into bowl and got you those 2 wickets, and that was I thought momentum shifted towards the Indian team. And Harshit is the guy, he's supremely confident about himself, always thinks about the wicket. He understands that whenever he comes on to bowl, team is actually looking for the wicket. So really happy that the way he bowled, he'll go for runs. Mind you, he'll go for runs, but he'll get you those wickets. He'll win you those matches.
He bowled that 49th, gave away just 5 runs, and he seems to give you the impression that whether it's his first over or the 10th, he runs in with the same kind of intensity, which is so good to see, right?
Yeah, he actually reminds me of an Australian bowler, Nathan Ellis. Who just charges in, right? Obviously smaller in stature. But you can see the effort. You can see the intent from a bowling point of view of wanting to execute exactly what they've been working on at the top of the mark. Where my field is set, this is how I think I'm going to get the batter out. And it's thinking of getting the batter out, not defending. That's the difference. I want to get you out. And I like that mentality.
Is that something that perhaps tilts the scale in his favour when a coach or a captain looks at a player like that who's willing to go all out? You look at the attitude more than the results often, right?
Absolutely. For the team, you always, as a captain also, you always look at the attitude, player's attitude, what he is looking for. And when a batter or a bowler is looking to get, especially a bowler, we're talking about Harshit Rana here, when a bowler is looking to get wickets each and every time, I've seen Harshit telling me about, give me the ball, I'll get you those wickets. So I think you need these players in your team who are supremely confident about yourself. Some games they'll go for runs, they will not get to the wickets, but in crunch situation, these are the guys you should always back. I think confidence is really important from players' point of view, and Harshit is supremely confident.
You happy with how much he's experimenting, or should he be doing more?
I'm really happy what he's doing. I don't think he should think much more. The more he keeps it simple, he'll be a very good bowler. It's really important as a bowler from Harshit's point of view. Just keep it really simple. Just run with positive energy and just go out there and just look for wickets.
We have to talk about the opening century partnership, 117 of 130 for Conway and Henry Nicholls. Would you take that kind of run rate, or should one of them have upped the ante a little bit? Henry Nicholls took a while to get going.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he got dropped on 4, so he had a life.
Yeah.
But I thought the way that after, I think, the 15th over, then they started to play a bit more of an expansive game. They opened up a little bit more. They were looking for the boundary. I thought they were set. They were actually due to go on big. So I thought Harshit Rana coming back in and getting those wickets just stopped New Zealand's momentum. And when you lose both openers and you're having to start again, it just keeps things quiet for about 5 overs.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between you getting 330, 340 to then 300.
301 to chase. Then Harshit Rana can tonk the ball as well. He will come in at 8 if India need him. Now, there's one man who was a part of the squad. He got injured in the nets. He's been replaced by Dhruv Jurel, Rishabh Pant, that is. And there's a question that's coming from one of our viewers on hashtag Cricbuzz Live. Ask Cricbuzz Live. It is Sharat wants to ask our experts, now that Pant is even ruled out of the ODI series, do you see him making up lost ground to be back by the ODI World Cup? He was once touted as the next big thing in Indian cricket across formats. He just seems like a test prospect now. Ajinkya, all yours.
We'll throw you under the bus.
It's really tough from player's point of view when he's gets injured. Rishabh Pant is a guy who's a quality batter, a match winner for the team. I feel it's tough on him that just got injured day before the game. And for me, whenever he got an opportunity, he has always done well. Especially in test format, he's always done really well. So it's tough when players get injured. But again, I really back Rishabh Pant to do well in test cricket and ODI format as well.
It's a crowded set of players because Ishan Kishan is back in the mix in the T20 team. He scored a lot of runs in SMAT as well, and KL Rahul seems to be India's go-to man. But India play 27 ODIs after the series before that World Cup, which is about 22 months away, so there's a fair bit of time left for him.
Yeah, I think you've got to give him an opportunity when he is fit to play, because he is an X factor. And in every side you need an X factor. And I know the Indian side is kind of blessed with those type of players. But he takes the game on. When India is in strife, and I see this more in Test cricket because that's where he counter punches really well. There's not too many players around the global game that can do exactly that. And so I think he does have a role to play in the ODI. Where he fits, whether he takes the gloves, who knows? But we've seen an Australian side with Alex Carey and Josh Inglis in the same playing 11. I don't see an issue for the Indian side if there is a good enough batter keeper that, well, hang on, okay, whoever's the best glovesman takes it, the other one just fields. Normally, whoever's a keeper, they've got good hands, right? So they can field it.
I feel Rishabh is the guy you need to back him. You need to support him and just have a word with him that as a team management, we are backing you. Just go out there and play your game. He's the X factor. He can change you the game, change the momentum completely. So that's what I have seen in Test cricket, especially when you tell him that you are the man, go out there and back yourself, play your game with freedom. So that's what in ODI cricket as well. If he gets that freedom, if he gets that security that no, I know this is my slot, I can go out there and do whatever I like. I thought he can do it.
At this stage, though, is there a spot for him in the 11? Where do you play him?
See, it's tough, but again, a situation can change anytime. It's tough. Situation can change anytime. No, I just want to say, he has the quality, he has the ability to know whatever number team management asks him to bat, he can do it. He can play any role. So,
You're not convinced, are you?
I'm just wondering where you'd play him. I mean, I'm a bit surprised that he hasn't done well in white ball cricket.
Yeah.
He is not a one-format player. Clearly, he has the game. As you said, X-factor. It perplexes me to see him not do well in ODI cricket. Of course, the injury didn't help matters, so that's a bit surprising. But they like him in Australia, don't they?
Oh, we love him.
Yeah.
He's got this kind of flair about him, right? And obviously when him and Tim Payne had that banter back and forth with the stump mics of looking after my kids, mate. It's great. Yeah. I'm glad that they turned the stump mic up just a little bit more when Rishabh is...
he's going to take over from Rohit Sharma as the stump mic captain as well, because he does give us a lot of content. Now, his team at the IPL, the Lucknow Super Giants, will be hoping for a big one from Rishabh Pant, but the Durban Super Giants at the SA20 are not doing well. Here, take a look at where they find themselves. At number 6 in a 6-team tournament. Right up top are the Sunrisers Eastern Cape as well. Now, just the way the format is, in case you're surprised, 4 points for a win, 2 points for a no result, and 5 points for a win with a bonus. And that's the reason the Durban Super Giants have 10 points after a win and 3 no results. But my question is on the defending champions, the MI Cape Town, who are at number 5. With 3 games to go, 2 of which are against the Sunrisers, who are at number 1. At 10 points, Lisa, you reckon they can still make it? They do have the players. 3 wins with bonus points, they can still go through.
Any team that has an MI in front of it, they start slow.
Well played.
And they peak at the right time. They just have a funny knack of it, so you can't ever rule them out.
Yep.
And then you've got Rickleton, who's scored 317 runs at a strike rate of 172, 200s in that. So he's peaking at the right time. So, you never discount them. If you do, you'll be in trouble.
10 more games to go in that league stage. This league sort of augurs well for world cricket in general, Ajinkya, because you want to see a strong South African force, and this league clearly helps them commercially and otherwise as well.
Absolutely. This league is really great for South African cricket. No, commercially wise, I don't know. But I think from players' point of view, it's a great opportunity for them to go out there and perform and express themselves. This format, the T20 format, is all about going out there, playing with freedom. And beauty about this format, you can come back at any time. As she said, we've seen in IPL that they can come back from anywhere. So there's an opportunity for them to come back in top 2 and win the championship again.
The one thing as well is ever since SA20 has been around, we're starting to see more and more players being picked up from the IPL. Before, it used to be very Australian-based, didn't it? And the English players weren't really allowed to play IPL. But ever since Graham Smith, orchestrated this, like a Ryan Rickleton before, he might have played a handful of games for South Africa. Then we saw him at MI, and then everyone knew about him. Yeah. So it's actually been a wonderful breeding ground for those players to get exposure in the IPL and then go on to potentially play and have a big impact with the South African side.
The debate in general is that while the IPL is clearly a cut above the rest, it's a league of its own, is the SA20 the second best league on the planet? I'm asking this to an Aussie.
Yeah, you are. Seriously. It's close. I reckon it's very close. Can't really count the 100 because they don't play 120 balls. They only play 100. And I certainly know that Cricket Australia is working hard, potentially with semi-privatisation of the Big Bash, to ensure that it becomes the second best. So it's going to be fascinating because the Southern Hemisphere is fighting for the same kind of space, the same window. But certainly the players enjoy playing in South Africa. When I speak to them, it is a great country to tour around and enjoy and play a bit of cricket.
The Sunrisers, who are top of the table right now, have a pretty good mix of players as well. Quinton de Kock, who will play in the IPL for MI, will be playing 2 of those 4 games left against the MICT. 3 wins in 6 games. It's a pretty good set of players there as well for the Southern for that team as well.
Yeah, you got Janssen Nokia as well.
Superb.
I think they've won 2 of the titles as well, Sunrisers.
Yep.
So Aidan Markram,
I think, was captain.
yeah, Markram has moved on to Super Giants.
Yeah.
That was the big talking point from the draft.
Right.
So it seems weird to see him in a different colour other than orange. But given that the Sunrisers have been so successful in previous editions, they're at the top. Obviously, they've got a really good culture, a good understanding of how to win games of cricket sometimes when you shouldn't win it. So being at the top of the table is the best place to be.
One of our own Cricbuzz Live experts, Sean Pollock, is, I think, head coach for the Pretoria Capital. So we'll find out what happens with his team.
Hang on, assistant. He's assistant. You forgot who the head coach is.
Sorry. For us, he's always head coach. Because he's Cricbuzz Live. Right now, 301 to chase for India. In a sense, India will be happy that they are being pushed. 301 should be a challenge, although I suppose India does have the resources to chase this down.
Absolutely. If Dew comes in, it's an easy chase. But if Dew doesn't come in, the slow balls, the options, the spinners, what New Zealand have, I think they'll do well as bowling unit. But India should easily chase it down. 301, I'm guessing 40, 42 overs, India should chase it down.
These days...
Oh, he's giving numbers now as well. Hey, look at him. He's
into
getting
the zone
confident.
already, yeah. These days, do teams look at 301 as a daunting, intimidating number, or is this par for the cause? Do the basics right and the runs will come?
301, 300 in ODI cricket nowadays is a very normal number. And if you bat really well, you can easily get 350, 375. As I said, the middle overs is really important, how you bat, taking chances against the spinners, calculative risk, all these things are really important. So 301, I don't think India should be worried or thinking too much about it.
What's the one box that Indian fans want to see being ticked? Let's not even talk about Rohit and Kohli, because that's obvious.
I was like, come on, that's the only boxes anyone wants ticked.
Maybe runs from Shubman Gill.
I think him coming back into the side, obviously captain. You as a skipper, as you would know, Jinx, you want to perform as a player first and foremost. That your spot is secured, not there just because you're the captain.
Sure.
As soon as that happens, then there can be a little bit unrest within the playing 11 of, hang on, this person shouldn't even be in the side. So first and foremost, he's done the job now from a fielding point of view, getting the tactics right. Now he needs to actually get out there and score runs.
Barring Kyle Jamieson, lots of newbies in this New Zealand bowling lineup. Clearly, India will be facing the weaker area of New Zealand's team, isn't it? So India will fancy themselves. Yeah,
they'll fancy themselves. But also, I know that there's plenty of footage and some guys will look at it, some guys won't. But there may be an element for New Zealand, if they're not overawed by the noise and the crowd, that if they get the ball in the right area, they may surprise the Indian players because they won't know how quick it comes off the pitch. So if they can get the ball to move a bit or nibble around, because their actions might be something completely different, there could be a bit of a surprise factor.
Right. Just enough time for us to get Ajinkya to give us his predictions for the power play. 10 over score.
72s.
He's gone big. 65.
80. Lock it. Enjoy it. We'll see you on Cricbuzz Combox after 15 overs. Bye for now.